Batman by Ed Brubaker, Volume 2. I finished Volume 1 recently, so of course I went through Volume 2. This kind of has Officer Down in the middle of it, and it just kind of takes place after it, and events from that with Jim Gordon kind of retiring impact this. This is during New Gotham, like right after No Man's Land, and then there's Batman's got a bodyguard named Sasha Devoro or something, who's kind of figured out he's Batman. They're kind of developing a story together. We get this like Santa Claus story to start things out. It's cute when they do stories like this, I think. I'm not like huge fan of like Scott McDaniel's art. I think it's okay. And you know, we get in the middle of Bruce Wayne murderer and Bruce Wayne fugitive in this. So the big storyline that's happening here is all across the Bat books, and Bruce Wayne is framed for murder, and he's stuck in a cell, and he can't even go out as Batman because he's stuck as a cell. He finally breaks himself out, and like usual, the Bat family is like, "You're being crazy. What if you are the actual murderer?" And they don't trust him, even though they've kind of gone through the don't trust him stuff before, like they always do. And you see, like, Scott McDaniel's art just like, the anatomy's a little weird and wonky in spots. I mean, it's at least dynamic. I just don't like it that much. Lots of open mouths. Not my favorite. The storyline's okay though. Here's a cool little backup. The Mystery of the Black Bat. I actually like this really a lot because look, they kind of do the Golden Age style with this, and they go back in time. Feels like one of those like and same with this Batgirl and Joker backup here, which is an annual, I think. It feels like the Golden Age, and it feels like it was a pretty good reference to that kind of stuff. It felt like Brave and the Bold a little bit there. All right, back to this. Turning the town red. This is in the middle of this whole situation. Batman declares that Bruce Wayne's dead. I'm just going to be Batman now, and I'm going to hunt down the criminals anyway. Find the guy who framed me and all that over the course of this. And look, it's pretty consistent. I mean, because it's the same team. Look, we got a Sean Phillips guest star book. This made me happy. I don't know if this was their first collaboration. This actually is a kind of flashback story about Batman and like a copy dealt with it. Really good stuff here. I mean, I really love Sean Phillips' art, and it's not his best art here because he gets a lot better as he goes along. I don't know if this was their first collaboration, like how Brubaker and Phillips got together. Maybe it was through this, but man, what a team they end up being. And like Sean Phillips' art, like from here, this is still pretty standard comic style, but like his newer stuff is just like, he's got a great style and is probably one of my favorite artists at this point. Back to Scott McDaniel. We're now in Bruce Wayne fugitive, and of course, like always, like every single freaking Batman storyline, and this, I like Ed Brubaker a lot, but it ties back into the origin with the murder that night, and he eventually clears his name, of course, and finds the bad guy. It's not exactly that clear how his name got cleared. They kind of gloss over it. I mean, they caught the bad guy. I guess he confessed. It ends up being the assassin dad of Batgirl, who's Cassandra Cain at the time. And this, again, just ties into this whole Batman universe at the time. So you kind of need to know who they are in order to enjoy this, which you should be reading the tie-ins and all that with all the other Bat books to make this work. So he goes back to jail, and then everything, they live happily ever after. And Bruce Wayne returns. The end. So this is like a double dip with the Bruce Wayne Fugitive and Bruce Wayne Murderer big graphic novels with that, and it just takes the Batman by Ed Brubaker portion of it, which is kind of annoying. And then you need it to get that Sean Phillips issue, which is separate from this whole storyline, which is also kind of annoying. So they kind of make you buy it just based on that to get all your Ed Brubaker stuff if you want the Ed Brubaker centric collection and actually that whole era of Batman, because that issue is not in the Bruce Wayne Fugitive / Murderer editions. And that's it. So good stuff. I mean, I liked that crossover pretty well. You really do need the other Bat books to really like make it pop. It like skips over stuff time wise in this and doesn't quite make sense without the other books. And that is a problem with this collection by itself, but the overall story does work, and it's okay. I do get sick of the trope of like, you know, the Bat family thinks Batman's going crazy and they don't trust him. And I don't like Scott McDaniel's art that much. So that's it. So I'll call this like a 7 out of 10 because it worked okay. But those other volumes kind of work better with it. The Sean Phillips art picks things up for that one issue, which makes things happy. But that's about it. All right. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit that like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.